Hey guys, thanks for being patient. I think we got started about a minute and a half late tonight. Had more questions than usual, and I guess I did not allow myself enough time to have as many questions, to answer as many questions as I had tonight. So sorry about that. That happens to me sometimes. All right, so let's take a look. We've got several things that we're going to be breaking tonight, and we're going to kind of run through a little series of things here on the spreadsheets. I do this every night. I know we have a lot of new bidders with me this evening, so that way we'll just kind of get everybody up to speed all at once. Excuse me, and I am still trying to get chat to load, so I can't see your chat comments quite yet, but I'll be able to soon. All right, guys, so first up, a quick note there, a reminder, if you will, that my feedback on eBay is 100% automated, because goodness knows I am always running 1,001 miles an hour, and I don't want you guys to have to wait to get feedback from me. So I have it set up that it will automatically post return positive feedback for you as soon as you leave positive feedback for me. So that's how that works. And also, thank you. I always say that at the end of the break. I'm trying to remember to say it at the beginning too. Thank you very much. I always appreciate everybody who bids with me and breaks with me. It keeps me company in chat and all that kind of stuff. Next up, we're going to take a quick look at what's coming up in the days ahead. These are the breaks that are already listed on eBay for the next 5 days. You will see that we've got a bunch of stuff here. All kinds of one-box breaks and half-case breaks and full-case breaks, various years of football. Most full cases select football tomorrow night, some full cases of plates and patches football. On Wednesday, we're going to start with Contenders Basketball. That's the day that comes out. That's actually going to be a half-case break because it's got a tremendous number of cards in it. That's a tough one to do as a full case. We'll break the back half of it on Thursday night. We'll do more select football on Friday. Starting Saturday night, we'll probably do some prestige basketball. That's not listed, of course, yet, but it will be soon. This rolls us over to what we're looking at tonight. So, guys, there's a couple of things to pay attention to here. The first one is, you see we have 5 different breaks that had completely free shipping tonight. Anything that ships completely free goes out once every 5 to 6 days on average. Sometimes sooner. If you have another package going sooner, it will hitch a ride and go a little earlier. So the anticipated shipping date for those 5 breaks with free shipping is Friday the 23rd. Of course, Prizm, that's a paid shipping break. It's got a different anticipated shipping date, as you can see on there. The other important thing I would like to ask you to note here, guys, if you are in one of those first 5 breaks, obviously not everybody's going to pull something in that. You know, several of those are one item. So, you know, you got 30 teams or 32 teams and you got one item, so not everybody's going to get something. If you don't pull something in the break, you're still entitled to get a consolation trading card. Typically, I send those with your next package when you next pull cards or an item. If you want it sent sooner, I can do that. Just let me know. And, of course, the full details of all of that are in the auction description as well. And finally, this is the order that we're breaking in tonight, what you see here. So we're starting with this Platinum Signature Edition baseball box. We're rolling right straight down and ending up with Prizm. Most of these early breaks are pretty quick. So if you're here for Prizm, you're probably looking at, 15 minutes, something like that. And we're going to be rolling right into your break. So that's all of our housekeeping stuff, except for this, guys. There's one in this multi-sport jersey that's coming up, last name, letter H. That spot is available if anybody wants it. That bidder had not made payment. It's somebody new to eBay, 0 feedback, didn't reply to any of my messages. So I canceled that order, and that bid is now available if someone's interested in it. Jump in the chat and let me know. So first up this evening is 2017 Hit Parade Platinum Signature Edition Baseball Box. That is a mouthful. It ended tonight, February the 18th, and of course we're live streaming tonight, February the 18th at 10 Eastern. You'll see there are a few teams in here that didn't sell. Those are designated as no bids buyback. So anytime you see that notation, well, you know what that means. If it comes out for one of those teams, it's going to hang out here with me and end up going in that gigantic pile of stuff that I have not sorted in the last 2 years. And yeah, otherwise, if it comes out for one of you, of course, it's going to ship out on that schedule that we looked at earlier. You notice the background went out of focus there. That was intentional. Not to worry, not to worry. I don't use autofocus because it causes more problems than I think it's worth. Oh, Nick, is that Nick that I think it is? Nick M? But you're chatting under Mike Bell? Is that right? And are you telling me you want last name H in that jersey break? Well, I guess this has some seals on it, which would be why I can't just get the lid off. Yeah, hello. Maybe I need to pay attention to that. So as you can see, guys, these were there were 400 of these boxes produced. They were hand numbered on the outside. These boxes were, well, let's just say I lost some money on this, probably 50 or 60 bucks. These were not cheap boxes to buy. So my expectation is this card in here better be bombs away, because I'm going to be unhappy if I spent what I spent and it's not a good card. So, and it looks like we are graded, and it's coming out for the Angels. It is numbered to 5. Our grade on it is 8.5, a Beckett grade, and so it's out of Immaculate, 2016 Immaculate, Hitters Inc., 4 of 5. For the Angels, and that's a sticker auto. Isn't that weird that there would be a sticker auto in Immaculate? I mean, that's kind of like whatever. I hate when Panini does stuff like that. And then this is an autograph grade of 10. So autograph grade is 10, but the overall card grade came up 8.5. Looks like primarily due to edges and corners, which is kind of the way it always is. So anyway, Angels, there is your hit, and I mean, that was a nice hit. I'm not sure that I would say that that is worth what I paid for that box. I mean, maybe it is. I'd have to look up the value, but it's definitely probably a good deal for the person who bought the Angels anyway, because you didn't pay nearly as much. So I think that probably worked out and everybody's happy. So there you go. Next up, we have an autographed baseball. I probably better switch back over to this other sheet again real quickly as well, because I know people jump in and out of the breaks. So once again, guys, if you are in one of these breaks tonight, please read the information on the screen. It talks about when you can expect your item to ship, also what happens if you do not pull something in the break. So please take a moment and review that. Same info you can find in the listing description as well. This is 2017 Onyx Preferred Players National Edition Autographed Baseball. This is a mouthful again. It also ended tonight on the 18th. Everything we open tonight will end on the 19th. This is break number 13, so the 13th time we've opened this product. Several teams in here are unsold. They are each designated as no bids buyback. There are also some teams in here that you see that have a notation of no hits not listed. And that just means, you know, there were literally no hits for that team on the checklist. So I didn't even list those teams for sale. So obviously, if I know you can't pull anything, I'm not gonna list a team, and that wouldn't be the right thing to do. So we don't do that. So Nick, is that you with under the Mike Bell name? And do you want the letter H in the jersey break? I don't think you ever answered me on that. I'm used to most of your chatting names, but if Mike Bell is also you, that's a new one. You have lots of online aliases, Nick. Should I be worried about you? No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. All right, so that looks to me like maybe that's Josh Bell. I mean, I don't know for sure, but if I had to guess, I'd say Josh Bell. We'll find out here in a second. There is, of course, your authentication sticker on there, and it's going to tell us in some of our fun little materials here who this actually is. There's an authentication card. The number on that should match the number we saw on the sticker a second ago. And this is, I was completely wrong. It is signed by Tim Beckham. So, oh boy, I got to get the checklist for that. Because I surely do not know where Tim Beckham goes, but it should tell me here on this handy checklist. Although, do I even see him on here? I don't even see him on here. I'm on preferred players. Why don't I see Tim Beckham? What the heck is going on? Oh my gosh. I don't even see him on the checklist. What is happening here? All right, hang on. I'm going to, did I put it, does anybody remember if I put it on the, did I put the checklist for this on the listing page? Because if I did, I can find it there. So hold tight and let's see if I did. Let's hope I did. Because I don't know who Tim Beckham goes to. Oh, it did. Good. Okay. Beckham Tim, Tampa Bay Rays. There we go. So now I know the answer to that. So our ball comes out for the Tampa Bay Rays, and I never in a million years would have guessed that that signature said Tim Beckham, but it did. So there it is. Kevin, it is on the checklist is, of course, what we go by, which, again, all that information, guys, is in the listing description down there in that special circumstances area. The checklist is actually posted on this particular item as well, the checklist directly from Onyx, and I just looked at it. It does show him as a Tampa Bay Ray. So, yeah, so that's... maybe he has been, I guess, on different teams at different points in time. Again, I'm not familiar with Tim Beckham, so, you know, now I've got somebody saying Orioles. You guys, everybody's saying something different. But of course, I'm going to go there by the checklist, okay? So the checklist is indicating that he is a Tampa Bay Ray. Just for the sake of argument, I will put in and make sure at some point he was a Tampa Bay Ray, and as long as he was at, you know, unless I don't think they would have made that kind of mistake on their checklist, but we'll put it in there. And yeah, so he did play for the Rays. He is on the checklist as the Rays, and so yeah, that one is going to the Tampa Bay Rays. That's all happily verified now. Which is going to then bring us into, well, we got to go back to our fun little overview here as people jump in and out. So once again, if you're in one of these breaks, please, please, please look at this. It's got information you need to know about shipping and otherwise. I know I say it over and over, but you would be amazed at how many people will then contact me like tomorrow and ask me when it's going to ship. So I'm just telling you. People don't pay attention. So this is going to bring us to our full-size football helmet. Is that right? I thought we were on, hang on a second. I thought our next up was, no, that is right. I thought the jersey was next, but it's not. It's the helmet. Okay, I was right the first time. So this is a 2017 Hit Parade Series 36 full-size autograph football helmet. This is break number 27 of a 2017, and it's the last 2017 Hit Parade I have. So all the ones we break going forward are going to be from the new 2018 series. And once again, this ended tonight, of course, on the 18th. We'll scroll down through here and give everyone a chance to see their name in lights across from their team, and gives you a minute to put your mojo out in the universe. Try to conjure up the helmet you're looking for here in this box. We've had some good helmet pulls all month, really. Good helmet and jersey pulls. So I'm hoping tonight's going to be the same. You can see these things are hand numbered down here. They do these series numbered to 100, but they almost always have a series up. So I don't know why they don't just make it an open edition and not number them, but whatever. That's how they do it. They come out in groups of 100, and it does not come in, I don't send it in this box because this box is not made for shipping. But it is going to be in a little carry bag, and that you will get. I will send that, of course. Gosh, man, we got a lot of stuff in here. Hang on. This has got more packing than normal. I can't get it out of here. Holy Moses. That's That's a lot more packing than normal in that box. That was crazy. Oh, hi, Wayne. I just now saw you in chat. How are you, man? I haven't seen you in a while. You doing okay? I hope. Hope all is well. I was looking for, there's a little sticker normally that tells us who the player is, and it's, there isn't one here to tell us who the player is. Oh, here it is on the outside of the bag. Okay, now I know. Let's get this bad boy out of here. And it is a Carolina Panther. And there's your signature. I'm going to show us, I'll show you the COA there in a second. I'm just giving you a look first at the helmet itself and the signature. And it is, according to the sticker, that is Ted Ginn Jr. on this Carolina Panthers helmet. And here is the COA that goes with it. And I'll just kind of tuck it back in that same place when I ship it. And here is the matching little COA sticker on the back that should match the information that you see here on this card. So our full-size helmet headed out to the Carolina Panthers with Ted Ginn Jr. Give me 1 second to get the noisy plastic bag closed up, and then we'll move on to the next one. I know it's so noisy to do the helmets, but they're so much fun. It makes it worth it all the way across the board. But once again, guys, this next break is where we have, it's a multi-sport jersey that's coming up. And so we sold it by, or I sold it by last name. So it's basically, you know, last name starting with A, last name starting with B, etc. I have a spot open, which is last name starting with H, because I had to cancel that order. This is a brand new bidder, didn't reply to any of my messages, didn't pay for their bid, etc. So if someone wants that, you need to let me know that now. Hi, James Massey. I am on eBay as Fleaburger. So I'll flip back here. You can see how to spell it. It's right. Is it up there on that one? No, it's not up there on that one. Duh. It's up here on this one. There. Right there. That is my seller ID on eBay. So that's how you can find my breaks and jump in and join us somewhere along the way if you would like. We would always be happy to have you. Okay, so this is the first time that we're going to open a 2017 Leaf Multisport jersey. I've got a bunch of them, and you know what? I hadn't listed them because I just couldn't figure out how I wanted to do it, and I finally just decided to do it by last name, so here we are. And of course, this can be any sport. We don't know what it's going to be, and that's why it's just done by last name. So if the last name is, you know, if it's LeBron James, it would go to last name J spot, right? So if it were Oscar Robertson, it would go to last name R spot, etc. So that's kind of how that's going to roll. And, oh, 2004 Golden Goat is asking me how much for the H spot. You know, I thought that Nick was going to take it, and then I guess he wandered off or something happened, or maybe that wasn't the Nick that I'm used to, because I don't know. I think the bid amount on this, guys, the last bid amount was $9.50. So if I were to take the approach of it being the underbidder, then that would make it $9. If someone wants it, you got to kind of let me know before we get it opened up here. And if not, you know, that's fine. I'll just ride it, and if it comes out that way, keep it if I have to, if no one wants the spot. And KL Quattlebaum 2009, yeah, that's what we're looking at, $9 for the spot. And it is going once. Oh, you right? You want it? Okay. All right. You're also, all right, well, oh, I see 2004 Golden Goat actually said that he wanted it right above you, KL Quattlebaum. Sorry, he actually claimed it first. And 2004 Golden Goat, you say you were also in there as P. So let me make a note here. And what I'm going to do is send you this, rather than like hold everybody up now and deal with the invoice of that. I'll just invoice you for that later, 2004 Golden Goat, okay? So I will be sending you a PayPal money request after the fact, okay? We good? All right. I think there's a little bit of delay in chat, and I, you know what? I always forget to say that, but I think there is a little bit of a delay. Hey, it's a baseball jersey, and he played for the Orioles. It's going to go to last name M, because it is Eddie Murray, big Hall of Fame player for the Baltimore Orioles. So very, very cool, Eddie Murray. Why did I say Eddie Murphy? Last night I was trying to say something about Frank Gore and I called him Al Gore. Now I'm calling Eddie Murphy. What is my deal this week? So here is the JSA authentication card inside the bag. There is the JSA sticker on the item. Doesn't really show up particularly well, but there it is. And there's your nice little Eddie Murray signature. So once again, that goes to last name M is the position that won that, which I believe, if I'm looking at the spreadsheet correctly, was Bob and Paige. And, oh, I see you put your email in there for me. Thank you, Golden Goat. I'm going to type that out and make a note of it here. But I will send you that PayPal money request after the break, just because I trust that you're good for it, and I don't want to hold up the whole works here for that. But I appreciate you picking up the spot, man. I always appreciate you guys picking up sometimes when people bail out and don't pay and things, and you guys jump in and help me out and pick it up in chat, and sometimes people end up with really nice hits, so usually works out. And this is going to bring us to our historic autographs art of football. Once again, if you're in one of these breaks, please take a moment to review the information on the screen. It talks about your anticipated shipping date and what happens if you don't pull something in this break or in your break. This is we're going to open 2 of the 2016 Historic Autographs Art of Football Series 2. These are pretty cool, actually. I don't know if you've ever opened one of them before. I bought a handful of them a while back. I mean, it's been several months ago. And we opened 1 or 2, and then, to be blunt, I stacked them off somewhere, and I forgot that I had them, and I just found them again recently. So that's why we're breaking these again, because I put them away and didn't remember that I had put them away, and sometimes that happens. But that's all right. It just means we can have more fun later. All right, so let me get our first one out, and then there's just this little foldy thing. It's not really a box per se. And then we're going to get our second one out. These are graded, so they come out already graded and ready to go. And I have to I'll have to pick up the camera for these, I think. So here is the first one. And it is, can you see that? I'm too far away, aren't I? Because of the way I changed the settings on the camera. So it is graded. It's YA Tittle. And it's PSA DNA certified. It is graded 10, so a gem mint 10. Of course, it's signed there on the card. It's kind of like in the holder in a weird sort of not straight position, but I can't do much about that. And yeah, so there you go. The first one out is YA Tittle. He's in a Giants uniform, so that is headed off to the New York Giants. Our second one, this is Steinrud. I don't ever say the name right. And it's for the Kansas City Chiefs, and it is graded 9, so mint 9. And once again, it seems like it's in the holder kind of crooked and crazy, but probably you can, I don't know, move it around when you get it. You may be able to shake it back into a spot. I don't really have much experience with that. So a couple of nice Hall of Famers there. The Stenrud for the Kansas City Chiefs, graded to 9. And then the Jim Mint 10 Y.A. Tittle for the Giants. So Chiefs and Giants with our Art of Football tonight. And as that, yeah, that's going to bring us right into Prizm, isn't it? But before we do Prizm, we got another little thing to look at here. If you're in the basketball break, this will be of interest to you. And this is our white sparkle, our Prizm white sparkle break. It's a pack break. So it's just, you know, we're breaking one pack of this, as it says on there. It's random teams. So the teams are decided at the start of the break using random.org. It's a 3-card pack. It's a super limited print run. Each card has a print run of 20 or less. There are 30 rookie autographs that they have randomly inserted. Each of those are 1 of 1. These, when you find the right player in these, they can go well up over $1,000. Even marginal players are usually double digit, and there's triple digits. They're pretty, you pull the right players and you can make some money. And anyway, here's where we are. This is going to be break number 3 for it. It is $6 a spot. Of course, again, random teams, so you find out your team after the break is filled and paid and we're ready to go. We have filled 22 of the spots, so I have 8 spots open. And if someone wants into this break, let me know. If we get this filled and paid tonight, we will break it tonight. If we don't get it filled and paid tonight, we'll carry it over and work on it again tomorrow night. But right now there are 8 spots open for the white sparkle pack break. So that's the deal on that. This is going to bring us up to 20 boxes, which is a full case of 2017-18 Panini Prizm Basketball Blasters. So here's the deal with the blasters, guys. While I'm scrolling down through here, you can see your name across from your team. The deal with the blasters is each one should have roughly, they say on average, Panini's always about averages, 3 prisms in it. So we should be looking for approximately 60 prisms in total in this break. So that's a high number of prisms. And then 1 autograph or memorabilia per box. Now, the first case we did of this, we pulled all memorabilia. We didn't pull any autographs. Although we did pull some nice, you know, Kobe Bryant memorabilia and some good memorabilia, but we didn't pull any autographs out of the first case. It's not to say we won't out of this one, but just historically, that's the deal. And of course, there's all kinds of other inserts and things, as well as our prisms. We should find some green retail-only prisms that you can't get, of course, in the hobby breaks. And I'm trying to think what else. There's several just basic inserts in here, some of which might be refractors and some of which won't. But in general, it's a fun break. It takes a little bit of time because we got to get everything out of those 20 boxes, but typically it's worth it. You find somewhere to put this box, because we find some cool stuff in here. Beans, full-size helmet we did do, and I see Bryce just jumped in there and answered it. Thank you, Bryce. Nice little Carolina Panthers came out tonight out of the full-size helmet. And our multi-sport jersey was Eddie Murray. Of course, he's a Hall of Famer for the Orioles, but of course, you know, we did that multi-sport break by last name, so it went to the bidding position of last name M. Oh, Toby, you're asking about the white sparkle. Right now, we have 8 spots open in that. So when those 8 spots fill and are sold, that's when we'll break white sparkle. So if somebody jumps in tonight and buys those 8 spots and gets them paid for, then yeah, we would break it tonight. If they don't, then we'll carry it over and work on it again tomorrow night. And there's someone who usually buys into it that I haven't heard from yet, and I don't think he's in the breaks tonight either. So I'll probably shoot him over a message in the morning and see if he wants any of those spots. So worst case scenario, he may pick up some of the rest of those 8 that are left if no one else takes them tonight or in the meantime. So of course, guys, we're going to find tons of base in here. Anything that is a refractor, I am just as likely to call it a refractor as I am to call it prism, because I have a bad habit of doing that. Because they are technically refractors, and that's what Topps calls them, and I'm so used to them from Topps that I have a bad tendency to call them refractors instead of prisms. So just know if you hear me say refractor, it's the same thing as prism. And I had to get a few little sleeves out there, so that's what that was about. So out of this box, our relic is Grant Hill for the Detroit Pistons. And we have a Denzel Valentine refractor for the Bulls. See, I already did it. I'm just in the habit. I'm totally in the habit of saying refractor and not saying prism. And so, yeah, it's going to be like that all night. I'm just telling you now. I will try not to, but it's probably going to come out that way. Here's one of our green retail-only parallels. This one is for the Knicks, and that is quite a last name. Kuzminskas? Yeah, well, in that general vicinity of that, maybe. So something remotely close to that, maybe, is his name. Fundamentals insert was Kawhi Leonard. There's a nice little Jason Tatum, just base rookie, not doesn't refract on that one. Although I know you wish it did if you had the Celtics. Derek White Emergent, which seems to have some static or something making it want to stick to Kent Bazemore there, but I guess it must have just been static. I don't see any evidence of anything else going on there. And I'm going to make a little spot to stack everything. And while I'm thinking about it, off to my right, guys, it's also all mats. There's no surface off to the right that doesn't have a mat on it. Even stuff where I have supplies stacked, everything over there is under a mat. So when I move your cards off to the right into the sorting area, they still stay nice and safe and sound and cozy over there. I just don't like a lot of stuff stacked up in the workspace. Because you never know. I mean, if a box fell over or something strange happened, I just wouldn't want anything to happen to the cards. So I keep them in small little stacks over there in the sorting area. And it looks like we're going to have a Markelle Fultz here. That's going to be nice for the Sixers. A little rookie relic. I like it. I'd like it better if it was signed, and I know you would too, but I still think that's a nice little hit for the Sixers with the Markelle Fultz relic. Maybe if we can get that kid's shoulder healthy and see what we've got with him, you know, might make a little money on some of that stuff. Andrew Wiggins Fundamentals insert prism. Green parallel, DeMar DeRozan for the Raptors. That is Malcolm Delaney for the Hawks, prism. You proud of me? I remembered and said prism that time and not refractor. I know. It was a good thing. Ed Davis for the Trailblazers. Refractor prism. So I'm all like congratulating myself for saying it right once and then immediately turn around and say it backwards again. Fundamentals Al Horford for the Celtics. Fundamentals Kyle Lowry for the Raptors. Get Hyped Gortat for the Wizards. I guess you all saw the dunk contest, or, well, maybe not everyone has, but even if you didn't see it, you probably saw the highlights. Donovan Mitchell, man. Woohoo! Like, is there anything that kid can't do? who would have thought at the beginning of the season that Donovan Mitchell would turn out to be the best rookie we've got on the floor at the moment. I mean, not that I expected him to be bad. I expected him to be good because, you know, I've seen him played at Louisville, and of course, I'm a UK fan, went to UK, and we always played Louisville, so I was familiar with Donovan, but I wouldn't have thought that he's really done very well, better than I expected. I think better than most people expected. He's been crushing it. And good for him. Get in there and make his mark. That is Get Hype John Wall for the Wizards. And our relic is going to be Tony Bradley for the Jazz. And Kevin Love Prizm for the Cavs. So guys, Contenders Basketball comes out starting on Wednesday. That's the release day. This is Semi Ojeleye, or something pretty close to Ojeleye. I've tried really hard to remember how to say his name, and I repeated it back to myself like 100 times, and it's probably, I think it's probably pretty close to it. That was the green retail only parallel, of course. Andrew Wiggins Fundamentals. And then Kelly Oubre for the Wizards Prizm. So Contenders Basketball that comes out on Wednesday, of course, it's the first Contenders that we have had since 2012. Markelle Fultz Emergent insert. That does not refract. It's just the base insert. And it was super hard to get, so there's not a ton of it floating around out there. I have got, I think 3 cases coming in, if I'm remembering that correctly. I believe it's 3. I had requested more than that, but that's all they gave me. So they kind of cut everybody back on what we had ordered versus what we got is different, I think, for virtually everyone. But I'm going to be breaking that in half case breaks, and it's not because I didn't get as much as I wanted. It's because there are so many cards in the break, and it would be difficult from a sorting perspective and a shipping perspective and everything else. So, you know, I want to get your cards to you in a timely manner and in good condition, and so we're going to break that as half cases. We'll do the first half on Wednesday night, the night it comes out of the first case. We'll do the second half of that case on Thursday night. Friday night, we'll switch back into doing some football cases. And then Saturday, Prestige Basketball is kind of a weird situation this year. I didn't even find out about this until Friday. But apparently, it was sold or is sold. This is a Lillard Get Hyped insert. Only directly from Panini to hobby stores. So, you know, normally that stuff is sold to distributors and then to hobby stores or breakers or whoever, whatever. But this, no, Prestige Basketball this year only sold directly to hobby stores. No wholesaler, no distributor, no middleman. Luke Kennard for the Detroit Pistons is our relic. And then we have Matthew Dellavedova for the Bucks in a Prizm. So here's the deal. I found out about that on Friday, and I called my hobby store, and he did not have enough extra ordered for me to have a case. However, he called or emailed, or I don't know, got in touch with Panini, and they told him he could still order some more. This is Gorgie Zing, something like that. For the T-Wolves, it is in the green retail only parallel. Fundamentals, Rudy Gobert for the Jazz. And Bradley Beal for the Wizards, who are pulling a lot of Prizms tonight. Wizards have got a bunch, a little stack going over there. So he is ordering that for me. Dennis Smith Jr. Emergent insert. But the wild card is kind of, I don't know when it's going to be here. So we think it might still be here on Wednesday, which is the release day. but he just wasn't 100% sure. Then his store is closed Sunday and Monday, because he's always closed on Sunday and Monday. So that means Tuesday is the earliest he can look at the tracking and tell me for sure if it's coming in on Wednesday. So I was afraid to list it to break on Wednesday or Thursday, and then I was going to break it on Friday, and then I thought, I don't know, I don't know. So I just ultimately decided we're going to break it on Saturday. I'm going to schedule it for Saturday. And if for some reason it hasn't shown up at the hobby store by Saturday, then obviously we would have to adjust the break date and time. But I feel like we'll have it by Saturday. I mean, I feel like we'll probably have it Wednesday or Thursday, but just don't know for sure. This is a last minute order because I didn't know that it was coming out on Wednesday until Friday. Nobody had told me, and so I didn't know I was about to miss it. So that's the deal with Prestige this year. It's not going to be as easy to find as it has been in years past. That is Zizic for the Cavaliers. And this is Josh Jackson for the Suns Prism. And I looked at the configuration again today. There is a case hit again. Bradley Beal Get Hyped. And I forgot, what is it called? Prestigious Picks, there are 3 per case. But there's another one that is it's a case hit, 1 per case, and I can't remember the name of the insert. But it is in there as a case hit. Sacramento Kings, De'Aaron Fox. It's going to have 2 autographs. That is Jokic Fundamentals for the Nuggets. Oh, this is nice. Little Donovan Mitchell Emergent Prism Refractor insert for the Jazz. Nice little hit there for the Jazz. And then Marvin Williams for the Hornets in the green retail parallel. So 2 autographs. The case hit, who I can't remember the name of the card set. Fundamentals, Gary Payton. And then the Prestigious Picks, which are 3 per case. It's also going to have micro etch cards are coming back to Prestige. And for the first time, cracked ice is going to be in Prestige. Yes, that was a Josh Jackson Prism for the Suns. Yeah, I said Josh Jackson Prism, didn't I? I thought I did when I showed it. Maybe I didn't, but I thought I did. But it sure was. You are right. So yeah, this will be the first time cracked ice is in Prestige, so that's going to be kind of cool. There's also some kind of a pink parallel that's, I don't think it was cracked ice. I think it was something else that's going to be numbered to 10. The rookie cards are not going to overrun it. It's going to be 1 per pack on average, with a few packs having 2. And that I mean by base rookie cards, not necessarily the inserts and stuff. The De'Aaron Fox is the relic right there, guys. And yeah, we will recap, of course, all of the stuff that we're pulling. All of that will be recapped at the end of the break. Anything that is a prism or a relic or any of that, I do a recap at the end of the break. So if you want to get a second look at that kind of stuff, absolutely, we'll take a second look at the end. That is Grant Hill for the Pistons, with a second Grant Hill relic coming out of there. Here's our coach for the Miami Heat as a prism. There's another Donovan Mitchell Emergent. That, again, just a base. No refracting on that one. A Get Hyped Nurkic. Fundamentals Kobe. Kyle Korver for the Cavaliers Prism. Green as well. Green parallel. Embiid for the 76ers Prism. So I think Prestige is going to be fun this year. I think it's going to be better than maybe it has been in the last few years, which, as someone pointed out in chat the other night, is pretty typical when Panini makes them hobby direct, i.e. cuts out the distributors, the middlemans, etc., the middlemen, etc. They usually, it seems like, make the hits a little bit better, you know, give it a little extra oomph or something to kind of help the brick and mortar stores justify all that overhead they have to pay. That's another one with a lot of cards. It's trying to remember how many cards are in each box, but it's pretty significant. It's probably close to 150 cards a box. Maybe not quite that, but very near that. And it's a huge case. It's a 16 box case. So there's no way we're doing that even as a half case, because that would be an insane amount of cards. So we'll probably do that one in quarter case breaks. We'll do it like 4 boxes at a time. I'd rather do it in thirds, but you can't really divide. 16 by 3. Russell Westbrook Get Hyped insert. Our relic is Dirk Nowitzki for the Mavericks. Fundamentals Mike Conley. That was a Caleb Swanigan base rookie. And this is Isaiah Thomas Get Hyped. This is a good one to use as an example, because you'll see he's in his Celtics uniform, right? And we're all used to Isaiah Thomas being a Celtic, so you might see that card just whiz by and think it's for the Celtics. But of course, you'll note it has the Cavaliers team logo on it, and somewhere on here in little tiny letters, it will give the date that he was traded. And of course, as the Cavaliers correctly noted as the team on the back. So that card obviously goes to the Cavaliers. So it always goes to the team that's designated on the card, not the team that's on the uniform the player is wearing, because sometimes those are different. Jahlil Okafor, 76ers, Prizm Green Parallel. So Isaiah Thomas was a good example of one of those to demonstrate that. Jason Smith for the Wizards, because they are racking up on the Prisms with the Wizards tonight. The Greek Freak, Giannis Antetokounmpo for the Milwaukee Bucks. And that just shot right through the sleeve, didn't it? Let's try that again. So nice little prism for the Greek Freak there. Fundamentals for the Greek Freak as well. And I'm really looking forward to Contenders. I'm pretty excited about it because, well, A, I like Contenders a lot in football. B, I like Contenders in basketball when they used to have it. And I think it's going to be pretty awesome. I'm excited about it. I wish I had been able to buy more than I got, but I guess I should probably be glad that I got the 3 cases that I did get, because I've talked to some people who didn't even get that much, who were pretty disappointed that their stuff got cut back even more than mine did. So I guess I should be fortunate that I got us that much anyway. We'll have some fun with it for a few days. Actually, we'll probably, because I'll be breaking other stuff in between, we'll probably break it over the course of a week or so. Manu Ginobili Get Hyped for the Spurs. Our relic is for the Pacers with TJ Leaf. Here's Damian Lillard for the Blazers, Fundamentals. Oh, here's our nice one. Tony Parker for the Spurs. That is numbered 225. And why do I always forget the name of that pattern? Is it Shimmer? It's not Shimmer. What is this pattern called? Somebody, I always forget it. Somebody, anybody, help me remember what that pattern's called. But it's numbered to 25 for the Spurs, Tony Parker. It was a nice hit. Scott, how are you, my friend? How's your scanning and listing coming on your website? It's Isaiah Thomas for the Cavs in the green retail Parallel. No, that was definitely not cracked ice, Renato. That is, this has a name. That is not cracked ice. That's one of the few patterns in Panini that I actually know what looks like is cracked ice. I know the name of this pattern, and it is just, I can't spit it out. I knew it the other night. We talked about it the other night, and now I've blanked out. I want to say shimmer. Shimmer's not right. But anyway. It's nice. It's to 25. If I could remember the name of the pattern, I would share it with you, but I cannot. Kemba Walker for the Hornets. But cracked ice, we won't find any of those in Prizm, so I can't show you what that one looks like. But it is one of the few that is, you know, it's like super unique, and I see it so much in Panini that I can retain that one. But so many of the others, they have a variety of pattern names, and I tend to forget what a lot of the patterns are called. Courtney Lee for the Knicks on that Prizm. And the fundamentals, Jeremy Lin. Of course, you add to that fact that Topps uses essentially the same patterns. They look the same, but Topps calls them all something different. So then that further gets in my head, and then I can't remember which is which, and it just becomes a hot mess in there. And I end up forgetting. So there you go. Scott, you have 250 cards up on the site, but you did get all your Aaron Judges up. Awesome. Send me the link to your site, man. I want to check it out. Renato, we got a lot of boxes left. I mean, this is a 20-box break. So what do we have over here? 3, 4, 5, and there's 6 behind me. 11 boxes left. So, and it takes a while to, that's why I said, I warned you guys at the start. And I said 20 boxes, it takes a long time. Because you have to get it all, you know, you have to get it all out of the wrappers and out of the boxes, and it just takes a while. Pulsar, yes, 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 that's it. Thank you, Scott. Thank you, thank you. Our pattern to 25, this one, Pulsar, yes. Scott to my rescue on that. Since I was having a little frozen brain moment and could not spit out the pattern name. Get Hyped, Nurkic. Atlanta Hawks, John Collins relic. Yeah, it was numbered to 25 on that one. That was Tony Parker, and it definitely was numbered to 25. I just could not, for the life of me, remember the name of the pattern at the moment. There is the Miami Heat coach again as a Prizm. I think we pulled him as a Prizm earlier. Now we've got him again. And it's a Tony Parker kind of night because we have him in the Pulsar already. And now we have him in the regular green retail parallel. But definitely, Scott, email me the link to your site. I want to check it out. Emergent Donovan Mitchell, that's just the base insert, not a Prizm on that one. Al Horford Fundamentals insert. And there is another Embiid Prizm. I kind of gave Luke Kennard a short little view there, didn't I? Because I was more focused on Embiid. So there I gave you a second little look at Luke Kennard in case you have the Pistons. Yeah, that would be perfect because I want to see what kind of stuff you have. I might have to go on a little shopping spree. You never know. Now, are you going to sell like sealed boxes and cases and stuff like that too? Or are you just interested in selling singles? Or tell me a little bit about how you're going to have it set up, Scott. I can't even imagine all the scanning you're having to do. I hate scanning cards. That's one reason I don't really sell individual cards, even though I have plenty here that I could list and sell, because I don't like to do scanning. So for me, I have to send them off and get them graded if I want to sell them, because I will not sit there and go through that process. It's just not my groove. I just can't swing it. Mentally, it puts me over the edge. Good. All right. So you're going to have boxes and cases too. Awesome, man. Are you going through wholesaler, distributor, or are you going direct with Panini and Topps and Upper Deck and etc.? Quinn Snyder for the Jazz. We're pulling a lot of coaches as prisms tonight. Kyle Kuzma, Emergent. Get Hyped, Carmelo Anthony. If you use distributors as opposed to going direct with Panini and Topps, let me know. I've got a couple of good ones that I could recommend to you. If you don't, I mean, you may already have people lined up. I don't know. But I have a couple that I think are really quite good. Dennis Smith Jr. for the Dallas Mavericks with that relic. Reggie Bullock for the Pistons. Yeah, honestly, most of the time, you probably wouldn't want to go direct through Topps and Panini anyway, the majority of the time. Topps especially, because you have to order 6 months out for the most part, and you have to pay at the time you order with Topps. So your money is tied up for a tremendous amount of time. This is for the Miami Heat in the green parallel. Once again, he's in a Celtics uniform, but you'll see, we know he's been traded, and it does have the Heat designated on the card. Anthony Davis fundamentals. So yeah, it is a lot of cash to have tied up for an extended period of time if you go direct through Topps. Now, I don't know about Panini. I don't know if they make you prepay there or not. But Topps, I'm pretty sure they still do. And then if they move the release dates, sometimes you're looking at more than 6 months where your money's tied up. And you think about the number of releases that come out, and I mean, it turns into the multiple tens of thousands of dollars before you blink an eye. That's just sitting there waiting and waiting and waiting. So, yeah, so that's why I go distributors. And then, of course, when I get jammed up on something like Prestige, where it only goes to the round table stores. Thank goodness my local hobby shop guy is just really nice and helps me out with stuff like that. And, of course, I do buy other stuff from him as well. So it works out for everybody. But he's a nice guy. I appreciate having him. Devin Booker fundamentals for the Suns. Paul Millsap Prism for the Nuggets. Makes me kind of sad, really, that so many of our brick and mortar stores are going by the wayside for sports cards. Markelle Fultz, that is just a base rookie. It was not a refractor. Jonathan Isaac Emergent. One other thing to point out, I happened to notice it in particular on the Markelle Fultz. If you haven't dealt with Prizm before, if you're new to the brand, the coating that they use on these cards, that's Miles Turner, has a tendency to make them sort of curve a little bit in the middle. They'll have a slight curvature to them once you take them out of the pack and the compression factor is gone. So most of the time, if you get them in a top loader, it'll straighten them back out. But if you get some of these and they have that little curvature to them, that's why. Draymond Green for the Warriors with the green parallel. For the Spurs, we have Derek White relic. Anthony Davis, New Orleans Pelicans. Well, yeah, you definitely have map pricing as well. I mean, there's no way around that. And even Leaf is going to map pricing, or has gone to map pricing. Before it was, of course, Panini and Topps, and now Leaf as well. I don't deal much in Upper Deck, so I don't really know what their policy is, but I'm going to assume it's probably the same, 60, 90 days, something like that. And of course, Topps is cracking down on everybody about selling on Amazon. You guys notice that? They sent out, all the distributors sent out a message from Topps that, you know, that they were required to send to all of their clients saying you cannot resell Topps products on Amazon. Even when you're outside of the window, you know, there's the moratorium on that sort of thing right after a release comes out. But they're saying, no, not at all, period. You are not to do that. And if they track it down to you, to a specific person or account, they'll shut you down. You can't buy Topps products anymore from distributors or anything. I mean, it's kind of crazy. Gordon Hayward for the Celtics. That actually happened a few months ago, but I don't know what their beef is with Amazon, but apparently Topps has one. Miami Heat, Justice Winslow. Of course, you know, if you're not buying them from someplace like that and it doesn't matter to you, then I guess those people still list it. Andrew Wiggins, Fundamentals. But anybody that needs to buy it wholesale or anything, yeah, better not be putting any Topps products on Amazon and be sorry camper. Dirk Nowitzki, Get Hyped. Another Dennis Smith Jr. relic. Mavericks are going to be able to wallpaper a room with their Dennis Smith Jr. relics at the rate we're going. Gortat Fundamentals. Oh, a nice little Malik Monk Emergent in the green retail parallel for the Hornets. Nice little hit. Followed by another green parallel. This is Nene for the Rockets. Oh, Scott, you said that the application and standards to sell cards on Amazon is ridiculous. I've never tried, so I didn't know. But Amazon, you know, they definitely can have some very serious restrictions on some of their categories. So I'm not surprised that trading cards are one that they're kind of tough on. Renato, it would be nice to have a Dennis Smith Jr. Prism for sure. It would be worth a little bit of money to you. If we can manage to conjure one up, that would for sure be a nice hit. We've hit a lot of our veterans in Prism and coaches. Not very many of our rookies. But of course, that's why our rookie Prisms are worth as much as they are, because they don't come out with a high degree of frequency. So when we hit them, we're doing all right. Rick Barry Fundamentals for the Pacers. Joe Johnson Prism for the Jazz. In business for at least a year, must have 1,000 items and sales must be over 100,000. Oh, for to list cards on Amazon? Yeah, well, that is pretty tight. That's pretty tough. Emergent Terrence Ferguson. That was the base Emergent, not a Prism. And I need to, hang on a second. My stack is getting a little too tall there. I want to move that around. When they get, well, actually, let's just do this. When that stack gets tall over there, it makes me super, super nervous. And that is primarily because they slide around a lot to begin with. And then you put them in the sleeves, which then just make it want to slide even more. And I also took out some of the, I separated all of our non-prisms that I have stacked aside to put in to things. So we don't have to worry about sorting those out in the recap. Jason Tatum making an appearance for the Boston Celtics with that nice little relic. And then we have Avery Bradley for the Pistons Prism. Here's another rookie, Jonathan Isaac for the Magic. Green Prism Parallel, or Prism Green Parallel, I guess is technically the correct way to say it. Or the most appropriate way to say it, anyway. So we have, counting this box that is coming out right now, 7 boxes to go. So we've opened 13. There's 7 left, including the one that's coming out of the wrappers at the moment. Yeah, I would think that Jonathan Isaac would get some minutes down there in Orlando. Renato, I would expect so. Especially with Elfrid Payton getting shipped off to Phoenix. Oh, you didn't win the Magic. Hey, I do that all the time, man. I bid on a lot of teams and I'll think I have something and then I'll go back and look and be like, oh no, that is not my team. Klay Thompson, fundamentals for the Golden State Warriors. Another coach, another Prism. This one, Jason Kidd. Not a coach anymore because he got fired. Milwaukee Bucks. They gave him his walking papers. Whoops. Almost let that one get by me. That is Evan Turner for the Blazers Prism. And a nice couple of greens back to back here. We've got, I never say his last name right. We're just going to go with Willie for the Knicks. And that, of course, is our green parallel Get Hyped insert. Followed by Vucevic green Prism. Prism green parallel. I'll get it out in a minute. Also for the Magic. Magic with a couple of green here in the last little bit. Knicks with Frank Ntilikina relic. Patrick Ewing fundamentals for the Knicks. That is Get Hyped Isaiah Thomas, and there is a Donovan Mitchell, just a base rookie. Well, these little packs are in there at a strange angle. One of them is stuck wedged in up there. There it came. Sometimes they make my life difficult getting them out of there. Hey, remember tomorrow there's no post office. There's a Jason Tatum base rookie. So I did not remember that until somebody reminded me on Saturday night. So, of course, somewhere along the way I had put up spreadsheets with anticipated shipping dates of Monday on a few things. Yeah, it's going to be Tuesday. Draymond Green, Get Hyped for the Warriors. But, of course, I do always say plus or minus a day on there, but most of the time I try to hit it on the day. Ivan Rabb for the Grizzlies. But this time, I can't, because post office is closed for President's Day. Trey Lyles for the Nuggets. He's actually been playing pretty well since he got traded to Denver. I think getting the extra minutes and a little change of scenery might have done Trey a little good. For the Raptors, with the green parallel Podol. Gary Payton fundamentals. Marco Bellinelli, Hawks. What's going on with Marco Bellinelli? Is he a free agent? Did he get bought out? What's his deal? Something's going on with him. There's an emergent Josh Jackson. Whoops, I'll show you that too. Reggie Jackson. But this emergent Josh Jackson is it's just a base. But still, Josh has been playing pretty well lately. He's picking up the pace, getting a little more comfortable in the game. Oh, yeah, Scott. See, you're like me, man. I forget stupid President's Day. I guess I shouldn't call it stupid. Maybe somebody, like, really thinks that's an awesome holiday, and, you know, maybe it is. I don't know. But for me, it's always just an inconvenient holiday because I forget about it, and yet there's no mail service, which disrupts my whole day, and then I don't have any trash or recycle pickup, which I don't care about the trash. I don't generate a ton of trash, but I generate a ton of recycling from all of this breaking and all the shipments that come in of the stuff that we break. So, man, missing a recycling is just terrible for me. My stuff is overflowing. Oh, Renato, you're saying the Sixers are going to sign Bellinelli? Yeah, I hadn't heard. I just knew something was going on with him, but I didn't know where he had signed or who was signing him. I guess technically no one signed him yet, but who's making the deals? Hassan Whiteside for the Miami Heat. Portland Trail Blazers, Caleb Swanigan. Oh, they did already sign him? Okay, all right. Well, cool. It is official then. Well, that's a nice little pickup for them. Danny Green for the Spurs. Nice to have, you know, a little stability. Can come in, give you some quality minutes, and put up some points. Wesley Matthews for the Dallas Mavericks. Prizm Green Parallel. Kyrie Irving fundamentals. Chris Dunn. That is, of course, he was traded as well, so he's for the Bulls. He's in his Nuggets uniform on the picture, but a Bulls card, as we talked about earlier. DJ Wilson Emergent for the Bucks. We have 4 boxes left. So if we haven't hit upon your player yet, you better be working the mojo, putting it out there. See if we can't manage to get what you want out of one of these last 4 boxes. Yeah, I think my guy is, I see another Pulsar, or what I think is going to be another Pulsar in there. I think my guy might be out of these Prizm Blaster cases now, so this may be the last one we do unless somebody else gets it in or unless he gets some more. Everything Prizm this year was incredibly hard to acquire. Even these. In fact, these were priced way over retail price. Way over. Like, you could have gone in and bought them in the store. Of course, the store doesn't still have them, nor did they have them by cases at any point that you could just walk in and buy. But if you could have bought them for probably about half the price of what we're paying these days. Malik Monk for the Hornets. Carmelo Anthony fundamentals. Prizm has been crazy good all year long. Elfrid Payton for the Magic. That was these cards produced pre-trade, so he is still for the Magic on that one. Al Horford for the Celtics. Ah, you're looking for a De'Aaron Fox Prism. I would like to find you a De'Aaron Fox Prism. That would be an excellent hit if we can come up with that, Renato. Get hyped Draymond again. Nice little Jarrett Allen base rookie, but still. Vucevic fundamentals. Here it comes. Here it comes. Who's it going to be? Oh, this may not be Pulsar. Is that? Yeah, it is Pulsar. Who is it? Who is it? Is it Nick Kalina? Oh, it's Frank Mason. Oh, okay. So you didn't get De'Aaron Fox, but you have a nice little Frank Mason green Pulsar, which means that bad boy's going to be numbered to 25. Yeah, it is. That's money for you right there, Kings. I know it's not De'Aaron, but look it up. That'll be money for you. I'd say you probably paid for your spot in the break and then some. That is Doug McDermott, green prism for the Thunder. Yeah, the green pulsars to 25, those are pretty, I didn't show that very long, are pretty solidly priced, even when they are not top flight rookies. Look, well, we had a Josh Jackson prism already for sure. I'm not sure how to say your first name. It looks kind of like Samuel, but I know it's not because there's no A in it and there's an H in it. So I don't want to mispronounce your first name. And Hanukkah kind of looks like your last name, but I'm probably mispronouncing that too. So I do see your chat question in there. I can't really call you by name because I'm going to just butcher it, but we had a Josh Jackson prism go through earlier, which we'll see it again, of course, in the recap momentarily. When we look through the last of this, we'll then recap all of our relics as well as all of our prisms. So it is Samuel. Okay, all right. Well, that's what I thought, and then I didn't see the A, and I saw the H, and I thought, oh boy, I'm so bad with pronouncing names, and then I'm going to just call you by the wrong name, and it's okay if I mispronounce all the player names because they don't hear me saying their name. But I don't like to mispronounce your name when you're there. So, all right. So we can just call you Sam. All right. Well, thank you, Sam. Kevin Durant for the Warriors. I still want to say for the Thunder, just out of habit. Jamal Crawford for the T-Wolves. Fundamentals, Rudy Gobert for the Jazz. There is Get Hyped, Buddy Hield. Another Jason Tatum rookie. So Celtics with a pair of Jason Tatum rookies. I wish we had one of them signed for you because that would have made somebody's night. Kyle Lowry fundamentals. But hopefully those will still do all right for you. Fundamentals Mellow. That one is a prism. Then we have Dwayne Bacon for the Hornets. Nice little green prism rookie. All right, next up, 2 boxes left. Just 2. Scott, Pulsar tonight, Frank Mason, which we just saw, and then, was the other one Tony Parker, guys? I think the other one was Tony Parker. But I'll hit him in the recap, too, of course, in case I'm wrong about it being Tony Parker, but I think it was Tony Parker. The first one. Second one was definitely Frank Mason, because we just hit that one. I haven't had time to forget it yet. Oh, Jordan Bell, you're right. We haven't seen Jordan Bell tonight. I kind of like that Panini's making part of the chase, the base rookie cards this year. I mean, that they're not just showing up in mass. I kind of like that. It reminds me of growing up when that was the entire chase. DeAndre Jordan fundamentals back in the days before relics and autographs and numbered inserts and all that, when literally the only thing you were looking for was the rookie card. Troy Williams for the Houston Rockets. I guess that kind of ages me a little bit, doesn't it? But, oh well. That's all right. Jason Tatum Emergent. Again, that one's just a base. It's not, doesn't refract, but still nice to have. Get Hyped, Jonas Valanciunas. For the Magic, Jonathan Isaac. Oh, we got a little second color in that swatch. I think that's the first one we've had tonight with 2 colors in it. So, Magic, yay. Well, other than the Blazers, because I think they have little flecks of white in their uniforms throughout, kind of. Gallinari for the Clippers. Dion Waiters for the Heat, green prism. Little Frank Jackson base rookie. 1 box left. A single box that we have our hopes riding on here. Fultz Green Pulsar has a $500 Beckett price. I'm surprised it's not more than that, I'll be honest. I would have thought that, Markel would have probably been higher than 500. Yeah, I mean, those green Pulsar rookies are no joke. There's money in those. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Even though it was Frank Mason, there's money in that card. That's not like a little, oh, yeah, okay, stick it in the drawer kind of thing. Green Pulsar rookie is, you know, a good one. Oh, Renato, you did win Orlando. You've been back and forth tonight, man. You thought you won them, then you thought you didn't. And now you did. All right, well, that's good. That's good, that's good. Jason Tatum is 800 on the green Pulsar. Now, see, I would have thought Jason Tatum would have probably been closer to 1,000, so I was a little off on my guessing, but I haven't priced him in a couple weeks either. That was Hassan Whiteside for the Heat. Hey, there's my man Bam Adebayo for the Miami Heat. I think that guy's going to be really good. And he's getting better, and I think he's going to keep getting better, and I think he's going to end up being really good. And Mavericks, how about you? How about a Dennis Smith Jr. rookie prism coming out of the last box? Just when you had given up and thought you were not going to pull a Dennis Smith Jr. silver prism, and there it is. Paul Gasol for the Spurs. Fundamentals, Kyrie Irving. A little Klay Thompson for the Warriors. And guys, remember, if you want to get in on that white sparkle break, there's a De'Aaron Fox base rookie and a DJ Wilson emergent. There are 8 spots left on that right now. I'm hoping that we'll be breaking that tomorrow night. I'm hoping those other 8 spots are either going to move tonight. One of you guys is going to send me a message and say you want some of them, or when I reach out to the guy who usually buys into them but wasn't on the break tonight, that he'll buy some of them. So I'm hoping the white sparkle will break tomorrow night. But if you're interested in it, shoot me a message over on eBay, and, you know, we'll get you hooked up with it. And here's what happens with that, guys. I will send you a PayPal money request, and it will be sent to the email address that you have on file with eBay. So if you use a different email address for eBay than you normally use for PayPal or something like that, know that you would need to check your email address that you use with eBay, because that's the only one I'm going to, you know, have access to. Oh, Samuel, I'll show you the spreadsheet again of that before we recap. I don't, now that we've taken all the cards out and looked at everything, I don't mind changing the view. I don't change the view when there's still things in a box that are partially opened or something like that, because I don't think that's a good way to do it. But now that it's all out, we can certainly do that. So here's what it looks like. It is a random team break. So once all the spots are sold, you can see how everybody, as they buy their spots, they're plugged in. So we would continue on with that until we fill in all the way down there to 30. And then when we do the break, I take all of the team names and put them in random.org and hit random, of course, just once. And then I would literally cut and paste the list that random gives us right alongside of our bidder names. And then that's how you would determine which team you have in the break. So it's a single pack. It's a 3-card pack. Again, it's a print run that was super limited. If you look up on eBay, you can get an idea of some of the prices on what the White Sparkle brings. Particularly, obviously, the rookies are going to do probably better than veterans. That's true of most products. But that's kind of the deal. And it is $6, I say per team. It is ultimately per team, but it's per spot for the purposes of this. And then you find out the team at the top of the break. So that's how that would work. Oh, Nick, you want 2 more spots in there? All right, I will grab you. Let me grab those right now and plug you in down here. And I'm just going to highlight these 2 so that I know that I've got to send you a PayPal money request for these 2. So that's why I'm going to put something on there just to remind me to do that after the break. So that's why you're in green there, Nick. so that's it. All right, so if anybody else wants in on this break, again, hoping that we will break this tomorrow night. If everything is sold and paid before we start tomorrow night, then we'll break it at the very first thing, top of the break. If there are still spots left that haven't sold, then of course we'll hope to sell them during the break, and then we would break it at the end of the break. So that's kind of the sitch as to where we are with that. Now let's get back to our recap. If I can, whoops, I put us on the wrong page. I meant to do that. Let's actually recap. We'll recap our relics first and then everything else. So here we go. Jason Tatum, Malik Monk, Ivan Rabb, Dirk Nowitzki, Grant Hill, De'Aaron Fox, Luke Kennard, Tony Bradley, Markelle Fultz, Grant Hill. We're going to have another Grant Hill in a minute too. Bam Adebayo, Jonathan Isaac, Caleb Swanigan, Frank Nitkалina, Jason Tatum, Dennis Smith Jr., Derek White, a second Dennis Smith Jr., John Collins, and TJ Leaf. So maybe we didn't have 2 of whoever I said a second ago that I thought we had 2 of. Who did I even say we had 2 of? Grant Hill. I thought we had 2 Grant Hill. Didn't we? I could have sworn we did. Maybe I stacked one. Oh, I did. I said him both times, didn't I? In both stacks. I forgot I said him both times. Okay, so yeah, there were 2 Grant Hills. I did not totally lose my mind. Just seems like it did. All right, we have 2 green pulsars, which is the same number we found in our last case. So I'm going to assume that each of these blaster cases pretty much has 2 green pulsars. This one is numbered to 25 with Frank Mason III for the Kings. Our second one is Tony Parker for the Spurs, also, of course, numbered to 25. Then these are all of our prisms that we pulled, guys. The green parallels, again, of course, are retail exclusive. The others are your standard silver prisms. Some of them are inserts, but if they are a prism, they are in this stack. So we're just going to kind of buzz through them again here, give everybody a chance to take a second look, or maybe if you jumped in late and you missed part of it, you can see it as we go along. And of course, if you're ever in a break that you don't watch live, you know what? This Markelle Fultz, guys, that is not a prism. I had just put that in a sleeve because it's Markelle Fultz, and then I stacked it in the wrong spot. So just to clarify, that was not a prism. So everything else we've seen has been, but that one wasn't. There's our nice Dennis Smith Jr. for the Mavericks. Really nice rookie silver prism there. Nice Dwayne Bacon as well. That is a rookie green parallel. But anyway, what I was saying a second ago, if you guys are ever in a break and you're not able to watch it live, I always recap at the end of each particular item, whatever it is that we've broken. So if you're ever watching it on replay and you don't want to watch the whole thing, you know you can fast forward to the end of your break and see the recap. Jonathan Isaac for the Magic, rookie green. Nice little Donovan Mitchell Emergent. That's also a prism for the Jazz. There's our Josh Jackson silver prism rookie for the Suns. And the Celtics with a green rookie prism for Semi Ojeleye. So we hit a decent number of our rookies in either silver or green prisms. So, you know, not too shabby. Of course, they always tease us. We always get more of our veterans than we get of our rookies, but they don't want to spoil us, I guess. But I think we did okay tonight with the rookies that we did get. So, all right, guys. So that is it for tonight. I'll do a quick little buzz back through the spreadsheets in case anybody missed anything there with the shipping information and etc. But while I'm doing that, let me also take this moment to once again say thank you so much. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate you breaking with me, bidding with me, chatting with me. And hey, stop by anytime you want, even if you're not in the break. Stop by and hang out and chat with me and check out what we've got coming out. I'm always happy to have the company. And we'll do a quick little look through again of our things that are listed in the days ahead. A lot more basketball coming up Wednesday and Thursday. We'll take a little break from basketball on Friday, and then we'll be back at it again on Saturday with Prestige and some of the other things that we've got going on there. And last little flip through the spreadsheet once again puts up the info on our white sparkle break, and that's it. So everybody, thank you. Have a great rest of your night. I hope you have a nice start to your week tomorrow. And if you're lucky enough to have President's Day off as a holiday, kick back and relax and enjoy it. We'll see you the next time. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.